All right, guys. Happy Thursday. Let's lock the fuck in. We are gonna kill two birds with one stone today and go Forex then crypto market update. So we're gonna do it all in the one go. So let's dial in. Get whatever you need to get. Your pen, your paper, your mother, your father, and let's lock in. All right. Gold. Gold is at an interesting sort of crossroad because we are bearish. We're still very much bearish. Well, actually, as a matter of fact, sorry, we're bullish on the hour. We might even be bullish on the 2 hour here. Okay, no. We're just bullish on the hourly here, and we've obviously left behind demand as we are mitigating the supply block. So just something to be aware of there. And here is our demand. So I'm kind of just charting up all these demand levels here. And yeah, at the moment, not a whole lot that I want to pull from this gold. From, the gold price action. Let's just be patient and see what happens. We're probably going to go higher into this more refined supply, but let's see. Silver has also just entered supply. However, silver is still bearish on the hourly because this is an inside bar candle, so it's not valid market structure. Therefore, we are still bearish officially. So expect rejections here, but we might also be creating some sort of demand as well. We might have some overlapping. It kind of has been mitigated, but we do have this ever so slight inefficiency here, which we can mark. So we will see what happens there. That is it for silver, guys. There's not a whole lot that I want to chart up on silver at the moment, to be honest. There we go. It didn't have the light. yeah, that's kind of it really on silver. No real price action to monitor. Everything else remains the same. Oil. Oil has officially become bearish. It's bearish on the hour. Yeah, it's just bearish on the hour. And it has left behind supply, as we can see right here. That's it for oil. Yeah, we're just bearish on the alley, and that's kind of it. No real range to what's happened here. No real range to monitor at the moment. We've got two fairly large supply levels above us, so let's just be patient and see what happens with them. Yeah, that is it for commodities. Forex. We had this beautiful short yesterday, a lovely 5.76 risk to reward trade, which was, yeah. I think I did put it up. Yeah, it was on my I didn't take it live because it hadn't it didn't confirm, but it was in my market update yesterday. So if you did watch yesterday's market update, you guys could have actually charted this up exactly how I charted it and entered on the break of structure. So put it on the plate for you all. If you took it, well done. Good job. Like this was just such a clean model, aligned with the context. Everything was bearish. It still is. Like, yeah, just beautiful clean model, which you could have all taken. The only thing I didn't like was just the distance between height-wise between tap 1 and tap 3. You can see tap 3 is a deviation or two below tap 1, but the model was just too clean, and so was the context, which is why we took it. But as of now on Euro GBP, we're just still very much so bearish. Yeah. Not a whole lot I'm looking to do on this model. We've completed the distribution from yesterday, and we're just looking to go lower, and I think we're going to go lower. We might have we've got some liquidity here, which might get swept later down the track. We'll see. But yeah, this is valid extreme liquidity, so let's see what price does. Other than that, not a whole lot I'm willing to do with Euro GBP, to be completely honest. Euro USD. Well, we have this set up, but we didn't take it. It wasn't really the cleanest. Price has left. Okay, let's remove all this and let's clean up this chart. Doesn't look too nice in my opinion. We've got beautiful, beautiful demand below. Okay, hourly. Yeah, still bullish. Still bullish. That is our hourly market structure low, which never got even close to getting touched. I feel like there's like some hair in this. I'm trying to figure out what on earth is in here, because it's just so itchy. Right, I'm giving it like 5 more minutes. If it gets itchy again, I'm taking it off. All right, let's have a look. On the 4-hour, we were bearish, and we still are bearish. So yeah, interestingly enough, contextually speaking here, nothing has actually changed since yesterday. The only thing I might look at is this as a potential higher time frame range. So we will see what happens. That's it. That is honestly it. Yeah, not a whole lot to do here. USD CAD. This is kind of too stretched out already. Bullish on the hourly. Bum, bum, bum. No, I think we're bearish on the hourly here. Okay, this is coming off. Come on. Okay, following market structure, we broke to bullish up here. Boom. Oh, actually, I actually could be correct here, because not this. Because we're in a downtrend here. Boom, 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 boom. Following our market structure. Okay, no, we are bearish. We're bearish. So bearish on the hour. But we are bullish on everything else. So just the hourly is bearish. So technically you can still expect bounces. Hence why this is a potential accumulation model we could look at. We have moved up quite aggressively, so we're going to need a... we've taken both Asia low and high, which I'm never a fan of, as you know. I don't like when that happens. When both Asia high and Asia low is taken. I don't like how we have demand here and it's so high up. Like, this demand is pretty, like, I would not be trading a model here. This demand is like almost at EQ. So for me to take a long here, I'm going to need this demand to fail, which then kind of defeats the purpose of the demand. So then you'd think, like, if this demand fails, then what reason is there for price to just randomly reverse here? There's also no real extreme liquidity. This is just not the best model, really. I'm not a fan. This is the only extreme liquidity I can use. There's just nothing else, honestly. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's it for USD CAD. Do I think I'm going to get a confirmation of this? Probably not. So let's give it some more time. All right, I've still got to put something on just because it is a little bit nippy. Yeah, that's it for USD CAD. We'll move this top of our list, but don't expect much from it, to be completely honest. USD JPY. Yeah, would not be looking to short this. Very counter context, and also the range isn't clean, so there's two reasons to not trade this. And then nothing really looks tradable at the moment, so let's just give this more time. Yeah, just give it more time. That's the only thing I can really do here. Wait till we potentially hit this demand. Yeah, other than that, keep it moving. Yeah, that's been mitigated. All right. Yeah, nothing to do with USD JPY at the moment. Context has remained the same. Context looks similar here. We're obviously in a downtrend. Still bearish on the 4 hour. Yeah, it's not really clean supply here. It's all been mitigated. And even up here as well. There's just, yeah, nothing really. And as you guys know me by now, I do not force these ranges whatsoever. It has to be as clean as possible. So nothing here, no trade. We're going to simply move on. GBP USD. This looks still bullish. That is good to see. Daily bearish. Is that true? No. You know what? We're actually bullish. Are we? Yeah, we are. Yeah. This is valid market structure. Yeah. We're actually bullish. I don't know how this flew past me, but we are bullish on the daily. Weekly. May as well double check that now. Okay, weekly we are still bearish. So yeah, overall, like we're in a fairly bullish environment, as you can see. I'm going to take me continuing to leave behind demand. If this has been mitigated, then I'm not okay. This has been mitigated, but we still have the demand below. So the overlapping structural demand has been mitigated, but we do still have this below. It's just way too low time frame for me to look at this as a range. Like, yeah, it's been going on for what, like an hour? Yeah, 52 minutes. I can't be looking at this as a range. Yeah, GBP USD, nothing that I can do on this pair at the moment. Just maintain the eyes on the uptrend and look for pullbacks. That is it. Did I just have a gold? What was gold doing? Silver, actually. Okay, silver has mitigated supply. Okay, GBP JPY. I feel like this market structure on the daily, on the 2 days now bullish. You'd assume so. When does this close? It opens tonight. It's borderline bullish. It's very close to being bullish. So we'll see. We'll wait and see. But everything else is bullish. And we expect the daily to be bullish as well. You know, just the candle hasn't obviously closed, but it's obviously going to close anonymously. But I'm just going to pre-predict that it will be bullish. It will close bullish unless you start. And like the fact that we've created demand as well, that's even more fuel to the fire that we're going to close bullish. So I'm sort of pre-predicting this. At the moment, not a whole lot that can be done here. If you really want, you could look at this potentially. same thing. Like London and Asia highs, Asia highs and lows have been taken out, which I do not like. We've also spent quite a bit of time. Yeah, there's just not. It's just not a setup I like. And we do have a clean OBIF there, which you never know. We might get some pullback, but you got to realize this is pretty much a bullish environment at the moment. You are in a bullish environment. You've even got, or maybe had, some demand below. Okay, that's been mitigated. Okay, so demand kind of has been mitigated essentially to an extent. Then even this has been mitigated on the lower time frame. You do have refined supply here. So yeah, let's see what happens with this pair at the moment. I'm very, very hesitant to trade this unless we get a crystal clear return to zone coming into this third tap. So we will see. All right, that's it's GBP JPY. Yeah, we've even got. Is that valid demand? Not quite. No. Yeah, that is it for we're creating a very low time frame model here. But I'm also hoping that this is a return to zone up into that supply. So yeah, let's see. Regardless, this is it's a low probability model. So we will see what happens. Still bullish. Not a whole lot has changed. Yeah, nothing really on NZD CAD. The GBP AUD. Still bullish, but we are approaching this potential high time frame range. So we will see what happens there. I'm not really focused on anything but this range. Remember that we are still in a bullish environment, so it would be a risky setup. You're going to need more of a return to zone. Boom. Okay. Nice return to zone there. Yeah, I kind of... The one thing I do like is that the Asia lows. Asia low is here. We'll monitor this for now, but there's just a lot at play here. Like, you've got this high time frame range which has been confirmed, and you're expecting this range high to be tapped soon. But then you've got this potential mid time frame distribution range forming, which is highly counter context because you're in a bullish environment. And then inside this, you've got an even lower counter context, a low time frame distribution. So it's like you kind of want to pick and choose what your main focus should be. Personally, it's hard for me to pick this as my main focus just because it's so low time frame and it is counter context. But here's our extreme liquidity. But if price allows me to, then this could be valid. So let's see. Yeah, the fact that we've swept both New York and Asia highs, I can kind of see getting a final sweep of extreme liquidity maybe later on in London, and then New York just flushes down and reverses, taking out everything. So let's see what happens. But contextually, still very much so bullish. Yeah, still very much so bullish here. Yeah, and that is GBP AD. We'll move that to the top just in case. The other thing I do like is the fact that there is a zero demand here. So this whole range hasn't got any demand. So there's nothing really holding price from flashing. So yeah, as much as it is counter context, we could have a potential short here. So yeah, let's see how we go. AUD CHF. What is going on here? Okay, I'm no longer interested in this range. So we've broken to bearish. We are bearish now on the hourly. I do think though the 4-hour might still be bullish. It's like, where would you rather look to accumulate? We do have supply here. And this has been mitigated. There's nothing really more refined here. Like, you could look at this as a counter context move, potentially. And there, you've just had your breaker structure there. Asia low has been taken out. Asia high is kindly sitting at the range. Range low. Oh, sorry, Asia high is currently sitting at the range high. This has been mitigated as well on the lower time frame, I believe. Let's have a look. Yes, it has. Yeah, so essentially same thing. No real supply, holding price up or holding price down, but it's just a counter context move. Although the 4 hour is bullish, like it just is. So yeah, you are in a confirmed model at the moment. Just keep that in mind. All I'm doing at the moment is looking for a potential retracement POI. The only POI I've got here is this extreme liquidity here, which we might never get. Even the breakup structure, to be fair, wasn't the greatest. Yeah, this was your breakup structure there, and you had that pullback. And yeah, entering here is just not a good idea, full stop. You're essentially entering an EQ here. Look, if we can get a sweep of extreme liquidity, then I'm happy, but otherwise it's not really on the watch list. So that is AUD CHF. USD CHF. Let's have a look. Yeah, nothing really of interest at the moment. If anything, there might just be some changes in market structure. We're now bearish on the hourly. And we're bearish on the 2 hour. But we're still bullish on the 4. So yeah, shift to bearish. It's kind of it, really. There's probably some supply up there, I will assume. Or maybe not. Okay, not really. Yeah, not a whole lot to do here at the moment, to be honest. Just wait for price to see what it decides to do. That's it. That is literally it. GBP NZD. Ale ale. Ale ale. Ale 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 ale. Asi ole. Na 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 na. Da 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 da. Ale 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 ale. The city of Yarra, where Melbourne all the way. Ale 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 ale. The city of Yarra, where Melbourne all the way. Okay, What's GBP USD doing? Okay, not a whole lot that's of interest. Ale, ale, ale. The city of Yarra, where Melbourne all the way. Ale, 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 ale. The city of Yarra, where Melbourne all the way. Yeah, not really clean, not clean supply at all. This whole range at the moment is kind of awkward, so I wouldn't really be rushing to try this. Still bearish. Yeah, let's just let this play out and see what happens. That's all I've got. That's all I've got. AUD CAD. Mitigating supply. Supplies. Do we have a supply? Yeah. Bearish. 4 hour is. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, we are still bearish on the 4 hour. I thought this was a black candle, and that would have been bearish if it was a black candle, but it's not. Is this refined supply? I don't know. Tu le donne vine vine, tu le donne vine vine, tu le donne vine. Yeah, it's not the cleanest supply POI. Let's be real here. It's kind of just supply that's left behind so much liquidity. Yeah, look at this in the lower time frame. This is all liquidity, so definitely probably going to get ripped through if price does approach. So, yeah, expect higher. Expect higher. Look for accumulations, but there's just nothing at the moment. So, nothing to do on AUD CAD, and then AUD USD. What are we saying? Bum bum bum. Okay, we've broken to bearish. We have broken to bullish. Yeah, we're just bullish at the moment. Could this be a range, maybe? But there is liquidity above. This has been grabbed though. The 4 hour is now bearish. So maybe that could be a decent distribution model potentially. The daily is still bearish. 4 hour bearish, yeah. Okay, interesting. So just the hourly is bullish, which it is. This was our break of structure back to bullish. I do like that wick. I do like how we've wicked there, indicating weakness. Oh, this could be good, guys. Asia low being range low has really tickled my pickle here. Honestly. Like, it's a good feeling when the pickle is tickled and my pickle is tickled. I'll put it that way. This is lovely. This is honestly lovely. But trading is a psychological game, so master your emotions. Asia high has been taken. It's just beautiful. It's honestly just beautiful. Where are my POIs? That's the big question of the day. Very, very important question, because if there's no POIs, there is no trade, ladies and gentlemen. And here are my POIs. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Well, this is my extreme liquidity. If we get a sweep here and a break of structure, I short. Very simple. If we don't, I don't short. Very, very simple here. Don't need to overthink it. You sweep this and break back down, short. You don't sweep it, don't short. Yeah, honestly, I really like this. Really, really like this. We even have borderline valid supply here. So we'll see what happens. I'm not counting on a mitigation of this supply. It's not the best supply, but it is supply. So yeah. Who would have thought our last pair of the day in Forex, we have a lovely, lovely range. With great potential. With great power comes great responsibility. Spider-Man. All right. Spider-Man. That's it for our Forex, ladies and gents. Let's keep an eye out on AUD USD, and then we had something else up here. You know what? That goes to the top. And then yeah, we had GBP AUD, which a lot less pro context. This is actually quite pro context AUD USD. So let's see what happens. Spider-Man. That was actually pretty good. All right. Crypto, you've made it this far, you get crypto. Bitcoin. Bitcoin. I mine Bitcoin. I mine Bitcoin with my diamonds. Alright, went to bearish. We are now bullish. Yeah. This is the 6 hour low, which is also a everything 1 to 6 hour lows right here. So still bullish. Still bullish. Obviously higher time frame is bearish, but yeah, right now just expect accumulation models to form. Perfect. Perfect. So contextually speaking, so far just based on the Bitcoin chart, low time frame bullish, high time frame bearish, pretty self-explanatory. But then if we look at USDT dominance as our correlation, we are failing demand. So therefore USDT dominance so far might still be bearish, meaning that alts can still be bullish short term. And yeah, we are still bullish on the 4 hour. And everything else is obviously bearish. So yeah, for now, like, I expect alts to go high in the short term. So look for accumulations, but look for higher time frame distributions. Let's have a look at ETH. Nothing of interest to me there. No. So I'm getting pretty peckish. I could eat a steak right now, eh? I could absolutely demolish a A5 Wagyu with a marbling score of 11. That could be the plan, eh? Alright, cake. Let's have a look at cake. Man, I'm getting hungry. I don't need to hear about cake. So if there's one thing I'm not a fan of, it's cake. There's a very select few of cakes I like, and if you know, you know. High time frame distributions I have said, and we're in a high time frame distribution on cake, so plan remains as is. XMR, high time frame distribution once again. High time frame distribution plan is still at play. Plan remains as is. That's it. quant. Not giving me a lot. We're breaking through supply. Yeah, just not a whole lot for quant at the moment. Move on. XRP's mitigated that demand beautifully. But I'm not really liking the environment, if you will. I think we've even got some supply up here. Pepe, not a whole lot. XLM. Not a whole lot. That looks terrible. Yeah. This chart absolutely sucks on XLM. Hype. We distributed there. Is there any accumulations at play? There was. Sort of. I feel like if there was demand here, it's been mitigated. Yeah, not a whole lot to do really. On hype. Asta looks absolutely terrible. We somehow snuck a distribution model in there. I still can't believe this pair actually distributed. This pair's done jack shit the whole time. We've even mitigated supply there. That's how strong this distribution was. Whenever that happens, like, you just know it's going to work out well. When a distribution confirms, then also leave supply. Like, trade that shit right away. Pump. Is it pumping? Is it not pumping? Not really. Yeah, like these pairs just aren't. And for crypto, as I've said many times before, I like trading slightly higher time frame models that I trade on Forex because there's just less volume in crypto. Forex has a plethora of volume. So I'm always a lot more lenient to trading lower time frame models on Forex, whereas crypto, like, if I trade like a 10-hour range on a certain pair, like just someone buying like $300 worth or longing $300 worth is enough to just pump price. And same thing for a short. So yeah, you just got to be a lot more careful when you're trading Forex, when you're trading crypto. So yeah, like especially like what I'm seeing here, like those high time frame distributions on Cake and XM are perfect, but anything else here, I'm not really seeing anything. Like even this on Sol, there could be a high time, or there could be like a little low time frame distribution there, but is that what I want? Not really. So Like this is just so low time frame. So low time frame. Not of interest. Let's see what happens if and when we hit this supply. All right, virtual. Part of me thinks I should just have this chart up just in case. Nah, you know what? I'm sticking to my strategy and my psychology. I'm not interested. Supply here has been mitigated. Well, this still got a bit of time. Fartcoin, not really a whole lot. Or we get an extended tap, we'll see. On BNB. Nothing on RV. Nothing on Doge. Could that be a model on Doge though? I'll tell you what it can. Okay, I think we've even just broken structure as well. All right, what's this valid on? Okay, we've just broken structure. But how does this align with Bitcoin? Let's have a look. Okay, this demand isn't actually as strong as I thought, so this can be removed. That wick is kind of the only indication, but we are trending, we're in a bullish uptrend on Bitcoin at least, so it's just something to be wary of. It's just it is a break of structure, and it has created an imbalance, which is kind of what you want. You've got some sort of structural supply. I am also, regardless, much more inclined to short distribution models in crypto as opposed to longs. So yeah, like there's no real demand. It's kind of all been mitigated. I just feel like Doge, at least now, is like a bit more susceptible to going higher. We do have supply here. You know what, I'm going to monitor this supply, see what happens, and then maybe we can... What's the RR? Like, it's just not worth it. For what the risk to reward is, and it being so high risk, it's just not the best. We'll monitor this closely, but we'll see. We'll see how we move up and move down. Yeah, it is a 15-minute break of structure. All right, we'll monitor this. If we convincingly... Thing is, this is actually valid liquidity. I'll tell you what, if we sweep this extreme liquidity and then break structure, then I'm willing to try a low risk short. That will obviously make the risk to reward a lot better as well. So yeah, let's see what our price does. Bitcoin so far is kind of looking to go a bit higher, which is why I'm skeptical on shorting Doge at the moment. But in the meantime, we'll move it to third on the list. Render, not of interest. Town, not of interest. Bitcoin Cash, not of interest. Trumpy, not of interest. And then Graham. Graham is probably dumping. It is dumping. Dumping and compressing at the moment. It'll be interesting to see which way this one goes. Okay, that is it for Forex and crypto market update. So to honestly to summarize it in short, we're watching a high time frame distribution on Cake. We're watching a high time frame distribution on XMR. We're watching a very low time frame distribution on Doge with a potential of climbing up, leaving a return to zone, sweeping extreme liquidity, breaking structure back to bearish. As price is actually able to, or allowed to, come back up and wick this without closing, and then that's still bearish on the 15-minute as long as it just wicks this. So it's very much allowed to do that. And then Forex, we've got this AUD USD short, which are very much pro context, as much as yes, the hourly is bullish, but everything else is pretty much like the daily and the 4-hour are bearish. So we can short this if conditions permit us. Asia low is beautifully chilling at the range low. So yeah, I do like this as a potential setup. So let's see how let's see what happens. Alerts are set. Perfect, alerts are set. And that is it. And yeah, we've also got this, which is a little lower probability just because there is no return to zone and it is counter context. So we'll see what happens there. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you for listening, for viewing, for watching. Subscribe if you made it this far. And I'll see you on tomorrow's update. Peace.